Hello viewers, welcome to our channel Career Prep. In this video, we'll solve a few more questions on the topic machine input and output, where the input consists of both words and numbers. Finding the rule followed by the machine in rearranging the input to get the final output is the key to answering machine input and output questions. This is a topic where marks can be scored easily if practiced well. Before we start, please subscribe to our channel. Also press the bell icon to get notification as soon as we post a new video. So let's start. Study the following information to answer the given questions. A word and number arrangement machine, when given an input line of words and numbers, rearranges them following a particular rule. The following is an illustration of input and rearrangement. So here you are given an input which consists of both words and numbers. Then you are given 5 steps, and step 5 is the last step. Using the above mentioned logic, rearrange the following input. So here you are given another input consisting of both words and numbers. So now let's find out the pattern followed by the machine to rearrange the words and numbers given in the input. So here you are given an input which consists of both words and numbers. Then you are given 5 steps, and step 5 is the last step. This means that step 5 is the final output for this particular input. Now let's see what changes are happening from the input to the final output. To do that, first we have to check the final output. This will give us an idea as to why a particular word or number is being rearranged in the steps. Now, when you look at the final output in step 5, you'll see that from the left end, numbers are rearranged in ascending order. That is, from the smallest number to the largest number, that is from 10 to 50. And from the right end, words are arranged in the reverse alphabetical order, that is from tree to grass. Now let's see what changes are happening from input to this output. Now when you look at the input and step 1, you will see that among the input elements, 10 and grass have been rearranged. 10 is moved to the first position at the left end, and grass is moved to the first position at the right end. The remaining input elements are written as they are in the same order in step 1. Now when you move to step 2, you will see that 10 has retained its position at the left end, and 20 has been uh, moved to the 20 has been rearranged and is placed now at the second position from the left end. Now when you look at the right end, you will see that herb is rearranged and is placed at the extreme right end. You will observe that grass, which was at the extreme right end, has moved to the second position from the right end in step 2. The rest of the elements of step 1 are written as they are in the same order. Now when you observe these steps, you'll see that the steps show that two elements, one number and one word, are rearranged in each step. One number is rearranged at the extreme at the left end, and one word is rearranged at the right end in each step. Also, the steps show that arrangement method is followed by the numbers at the left end, and shifting method is followed by the words at the right end. Now we know that arrangement method is being followed at the left end because of these two reasons. Now once the numbers are placed in their correct positions, they retain that position till the end. So here at the left end you can see that 10 has retained its first position till the end, 20 has retained its second position till the end, and so on. Also, the second reason is that the steps show that the rearrangement is done in the same order as is given in the output. Now, as you can see in the um, output, at the left, from the left end, the numbers are rearranged in the ascending order from 10 to 50. And as you can see in these steps, first number to be rearranged in step 1 is 10, and the next number that is rearranged in step 2 is 20, and so on. This shows that the rearrangement is done in the same order as is given in the output. These two reasons show that arrangement method is followed at the left end. Now, shifting method is followed by the words at the right end. We know that shifting method is followed here because of these two reasons. Once the word is placed in its correct position, it does not retain the same position till the end. You will see that in step 1, grass is placed at the first position from the right end. But in the next step, grass has moved to the second position from the right end. And in step 3, it has been shifted to the third position from the right end. So the word keeps getting shifted to the next place in each step. Also, the steps show that the rearrangement is done in the reverse order as is given in the output. Now, as you can see in step 1, the first word that is rearranged at the right end is grass. And in step 2, the word that has been rearranged is herb. Now, when you look at the output, you will see that that order is in the reverse order in the output. So the rearrangement is not done from tree to grass, but instead it's been done in the reverse order of the as is given in the output from grass to tree. These two reasons show that shifting method is being followed at the right end. Now that we know the pattern followed by the machine for rearranging the words and numbers, let's use the same pattern on this given input and find out the appropriate rearrangement steps and the final output, and then answer the given questions. This is the given input, which consists of both numbers and words. Now we have to use the same pattern used by the machine for rearrangement on this given input and find out the rearrangement steps and the final output. We know that the pattern followed by the machine is like this. From the left end, numbers are arranged in the ascending order, and from the right end, words are rearranged in the reverse alphabetical order. So the output for this particular input will look like this: 11, 22, 33, 44, and 55. You'll see that numbers are arranged in the ascending order from 11 to 55 from the left end, and words should be rearranged in the reverse alphabetical order from the right end. So in the output, the order of words will be from the right end: red, pink, orange, green and blue. So this is the final output for this particular input. Now we have to find the rearrangement steps between the input and this output. To make this task easy, fast and accurate, first we have to write a reference line of words and numbers which can be used while finding out the rearrangement steps. Now, as you can see here, there are 10 input elements, and also the steps show that two elements are rearranged in each step, one number and one word. So in the reference there has to be five sets. Also, we know that numbers follow the arrangement method and words follow the shifting method. So in the reference, the numbers have to be considered in the order 11 to 55 of the output, and words have to be considered in the order blue to red from the output. So the first number in the reference would be 11. But as you can see in the input, 11 is already in the first position at the left end. That is 11 is already auto arranged in the input. So now the first set in the reference line will consist of the elements 22 and blue from the input. The second set of the reference will be 33 and green. The third set of the reference will be 44 and orange. And the fifth set in the next set in the reference will be 55 and pink, and the last set will be red. So this is the reference line of words and numbers. Now you have to use this reference set while finding out the rearrangement steps. Now let's find out the steps between the given input and the final output. So this is the input which consists of both words and numbers. Now we know that the first number, which is 11 in the reference, is already auto arranged in the input and is in the first position at the left end. So in step 1, write 11 in the same place, that is in the first position at the left end, because numbers follow the arrangement method. So 11 has to retain its first position in the rearrangement steps. So in step 1, write 11 in the first position at the left end. The next elements that have to be rearranged in step 1 will be the first set in the reference line, which is 22 and blue. So write 22 in the second position from the left end in step 1, and write blue at the extreme right end. The rest of the input elements are written as they are in the same order. Now for step 2, use the next set in the reference, which is 33 and green. So in step 2, write 11 and 22 in the first and second positions at the left end. Write 33 in the third position from the left end. Now since the words follow shifting method, write green at the extreme right end in step 2. The rest of the elements of step 1 are written as they are in the same order. Now for step 3, use the next set in the reference, which is 44 and orange. So in step 3, write 11, 22 and 33 in the first, second and third positions from the left end. Write 44 in the fourth position from the left end. Write orange at the extreme right end in step 3. The rest of the elements of step 2 are written in the same order as in step 2. Now for step 4, consider the next set of consider the next set in the reference, which is 55 and pink. Now as you can see in step 3, 55 is already in the fifth position from the left end. That is, 55 is already rearranged. So in step 4, write 11, 22, 33, 44 and 55 in the same position as is given in step 3. Write pink at the extreme right end in step 4. The remaining elements in step 3 are written as they are in the same order. Now for step 5, consider the next set in the reference, which is red. So in step 5, write 11, 22, 33, 44 and 55 in the same order as in step 4. Write red at the extreme right end in step 5. The remaining elements of step 4 are written in step 5 in the same order. Now you will see that all the input elements have been rearranged in step 5. So step 5 is the last step of rearrangement for the particular input. So step 5 is the final output for this particular given input. Now, based on these rearrangement steps and the final output, let's answer the given questions. Question number 1. How many steps does it take to get the final output? Here you are given 5 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you are asked to find out how many steps are required to get the final output. Now as you can see here, step 5 is the last step of rearrangement, and this means that step 5 is the final output for this given input. So clearly 5 steps are required to get the final output here. So the correct answer is option E, 5. Question number 2. What is the second last word or number in step 3? You are given 5 options here and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you are asked to find what is the second last word or number in step 3. So you have step 3 here. The last word is orange and the second last word in step 3 is green. So clearly you can see here that the second last word in step 3 is green. So the correct answer for question number 2 is option D, green. These are the rearrangement steps and the final output for the given input. Now based on these rearrangement steps and the final output, let's answer a few more questions. Question number 3. What will be the second step of the rearrangement? Here you are given 5 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you are asked to find out what is the second step of the rearrangement. Now as you can see, this is the second step. And in second step, you can see the numbers and words in this order: 11, 22, 33, 55, red, orange, 44, pink, blue, green. Now, this same order of numbers and words is seen in option A. So the correct answer is option A. Question number 4. What is the third number or word from the left in step 4? You are given 5 options here and you find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you have to find out the third number or word from the left end in step 4. So you have step 4 here, and the third element from the left end is 1, 2, 3, 33. So 33 is the third number from the left end in step 4. So the correct answer is option B, 33. Study the following information to answer the given questions. A word and number arrangement machine, when given an input line of words and numbers, rearranges them following a particular rule. The following is an illustration of input and rearrangement. So here you are given an input which consists of both words and numbers. Then you are given 9 steps. Step 9 is the last step of the rearrangement. Based on this logic, rearrange the given input. So here you are given another input which consists of both words and numbers. Now let's find out the pattern followed by the machine. Now let's see what changes are happening from the input to the final output. To do that, first we have to check the final output. This will give us an idea as to why a particular word or number is rearranged in the steps. Now when you look at the final output, you will see that from the left end, when you look at the final output, you will see that the numbers in the output are completely different from the numbers in the input. So this shows that some mathematical operation is being done on the input numbers to get the output numbers. Now, as you can see, uh, the input numbers are reduced by 2 to get the output numbers. So 62 is reduced by 2 to get 60. 39 is reduced by 2 to get 37. 43 is reduced by 2 to get 41, and so on. So the input numbers are reduced by 2 to get the output numbers. Also, you can see from the output that from the left end, the numbers are rearranged in descending order, that is from 60 to 37. And also you can see that the words are rearranged in the output in the reverse alphabetical order. Now let's look at the steps from the input to the output. When you look at the input and step 1, you will see that 62 is being reduced by 2 to get 60, and 60 is rearranged first and is placed at the extreme left end in step 1. The rest of the input elements are written as they are in the same order in step 1. When you move on to step 2, you'll see that 60 has retained its first position at the left end. The next element that has been rearranged is caution, and the rest of the elements of step 1 have been written as they are in the same order in step 2. Now moving on to step 3, you will see that 60 and caution have retained their first and second positions in step 3. The next element that has been rearranged is 50. As you can see, 52 in step 2 has been reduced by 2 to get 50, and 50 has been rearranged and placed at the third position from the left end in step 3. Rest of the elements of step 2 have been written as they are in the same order. Now, when you observe these steps, it's clear that um, one number and one word are rearranged in alternate steps at the left end. That is, in the first step, a number is rearranged. In the second step, a word is rearranged. In the third step, a number is rearranged. In the fourth step, a word is rearranged. So clearly this shows that in the steps, one number and one word are rearranged in alternate steps at the left end. Also, the steps show that arrangement method is followed by both the numbers and the words. We know that arrangement method is being followed because of these two reasons. The first reason is that once a number or word is placed in its correct position, they retain that position till the end. So as you can see here, 60 has retained its first position till the end. Caution has retained its position, second position till the end. 50 has retained its third position till the end, and so on. The second reason is the steps show that the rearrangement is done in the same order as is given in the output. Now, as you can see in the output, the order of the elements is 60, caution, 50, caustic, and so on. As you can see in the rearrangement steps, the first element that is rearranged in step 1 is 60. The next element to be rearranged in step 2 is caution. The next element that is rearranged in step 3 is 50. The next element that is rearranged in step 4 is caustic. So clearly this shows that rearrangement is done in the same order as is given in the output. Now these two reasons show that arrangement method is followed by both the numbers and words. Now that we know the pattern followed by the machine for the rearrangement, let us use the same pattern on this given input and find out the appropriate rearrangement steps and the final output, and then answer the given questions. This is the given input, which consists of both words and numbers. Now we have to use the same pattern used by the machine for rearrangement on this given input and find out the rearrangement steps and the final output. We know that the pattern followed by the machine is like this. In the output from the left end, input numbers are reduced by 2 and rearranged in the descending order, and words are rearranged in the reverse alphabetical order alternately. So the numbers in the input are 65, 59, 71, 93 and 33. Reduce each of these numbers by 2. So 65 minus 2 is 63, 59 minus 2 is 57, 71 minus 2 is 69, 93 minus 2 is 91, 33 minus 2 is 31. Now arranging these numbers in descending order, we get 91, 69, 63, 57 and 31. Now the words given in the input are mammals, laying, eggs, are, seldom. Now rearranging these words in reverse alphabetical order, we get seldom, mammals, laying, eggs, are. Now in the final output, we have to rearrange these numbers and words alternately. So in the final output is 91 seldom, 69 mammals, 63 laying, 57 eggs, 31 are. So this is the final output for this given input. Let's now find out the rearrangement steps between the given input and the final output. To make this task easy, fast and accurate, first let's write a reference line of numbers and words which can be used while finding out the rearrangement steps later on. Now from the pattern followed by the machine, we know that one number and one word is rearranged in alternate steps at the left end. Now since there are 10 elements in the input, there will be 10 elements in the reference line also. Also, we know that arrangement method is followed by both numbers and words. This means that the rearrangement of words is done in the same order as is given in the output. So the reference line now looks like this: 91 seldom, 69 mammals, 63 laying, 57 eggs, 31 are. Now let's find out the steps between the given input and the final output. So while finding out the rearrangement steps, we have to we can use the uh, we have to use the same order of elements as is given in this reference line. Now this is the input which consists of both words and numbers. Now the first element in the reference is 91. So in step 1, write 91 in the first position from the left end. Now 91 is got by subtracting 2 from 93. Now rest of the input elements are written as they are in the same order in step 1. The next element in the reference is seldom. Now for step 2, since arrangement method is followed by both numbers and words, in step 2 write 91 in the same place, that is in the same place as in step 1, that is in the first position from the left end. Next, write seldom in the second position from the left end in step 2. The rest of the elements of step 1 are written as they are in the same order in step 2. The next element in the reference is 69. Now for step 3, write 91 and seldom in the same positions as in step 2. Write 69 in the third position from the left end in step 3. 69 is got by subtracting 2 from 71. The rest of the elements of step 2 are written as they are in the same order in step 3. The next element in the reference is mammals. Now as you can see in step 3, mammals is already in its correct position in the fourth place from the left end in step 3. That is, mammals has already been auto arranged in step 3. So now we have to consider the next element in the reference, which is 63. So in step 4, write 91 seldom, 69 mammals in the same position as in step 3. Then write 63 in the fifth position from the left end in step 4. 63 is got by subtracting 2 from 65. The rest of the elements of step 3 are written as they are in the same order in step 4. The next element in the reference is laying. Now as you can see in step 4, laying is already uh, in the sixth position from the left end. That is, laying is already in the correct position in step 4. So laying is already auto arranged in step 4. So now we have to consider the next element in the reference line, which is 57. So in step 5, write 91 seldom, 69 mammals, 63 laying in the same order as is given in step 4. Write 57 in the seventh position from the left end in step 5. 57 is got by subtracting 2 from 59. The rest of the elements of step 4 are written as they are in the same order in step 5. The next element in the reference is eggs. Now as you can see in step 5, eggs is already in its correct position. That is in the 8th position from the left end. That is eggs is already auto arranged in step 5. So now we have to consider the next element in the reference, which is 31. So for step 6, write 91 seldom, 69 mammals, 63 laying, 57 eggs in the same order as in step 4. Write 31 in the 9th position from the left end in step 6. The remaining uh, element in step 5 is R. Write R next to 31 in step 6. Now the final element in the reference is R. Now as you can see in step 6, R is already in its correct position. That is, R is already auto arranged in step 6. This means now all the input elements have been rearranged in step 6. Step 6 is the last step of the rearrangement for this particular input. So step 6 is the final output for this particular given input of words and numbers. Now that all the input words and numbers have been rearranged and we know all the rearrangement steps and the final output, let's answer the given question. Question number 1. How many steps are required to complete the arrangements? Here you are given 5 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So you have to find out how many steps are required to complete the arrangement. Now as you can see here, step 6 is the last step of the rearrangement. This means 6 steps are required to complete the arrangement. So the correct answer is option B, 6. These are the rearrangement steps and this is the final output for the given input. Based on these rearrangement steps and the final output, let's answer a few more questions. Question number 2. What will be step 3 of the given input? You're given 5 options here and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you're asked to find what will be step 3 of the given input. So you have step 3 here and step 3 shows the order of numbers and words like this: 91 seldom, 69 mammals, 65 laying, 59 eggs, are 33. Now this same order of numbers and words is seen in option C. So the correct answer is option C. Question number 3. What is the position of 63 from the right end in step 7? You are given 5 options here and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you have to find the position of 63 from the right end in step 7. Now as you can see here, step 6 is the last step of the rearrangement. There is no step 7. So the correct answer is option E. There is no such step. Question number 4. 91 seldom, 69 mammals, 63 laying, 57 eggs, are 33 represents which step of the given input? Here you are given 5 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you are asked to find in which step of the given input this same order of numbers and words can be seen. Now as you can see in these rearrangement steps, in step 5 the same order of numbers and words is given in the question is seen. So The correct answer is option B, step 5. Question number 5. What is the sum of the term which is fifth from the left end in step 1 and the term which is second last from the right end in step 6? Here you are given 5 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So you have to find the sum of the term which is fifth from the left end in step 1 and the number which is second last from the right end in step 6. So you have step 1 here and fifth from the left end is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 59 is uh, the term which is fifth from the left end in step 1. And the term which is second last from the right end in step 6 is 1, 2. Second last term which from the right end in step 6 is 31. So 59 plus 31 is 90. So the correct answer is option C, 90. Viewers, please go through this video till you have understood the concept. Practice more such problems to increase your speed and also to be perfect with the concept of input, the changes affected in the various steps of rearrangement, output, etc. Please do watch our video on solved problems on machine input and output part 5. If you have liked this video, please like, subscribe and share this video. Thank you.